Welcome, wrestling fans. Welcome to Curtain Jerkin. As always, I'm your host, Jacob Grondy, reporting for Main Event Mark's YouTube channel and the Dragon Suplex Podcasting Network. I'm here for a little mini episode. I'm going to put up probably Thursday night, maybe Friday morning, because I'm going to have a busy weekend. I don't know when the next time is I'm going to be able to speak with you guys. But wrestling isn't slowing down for me. We have Ring of Honor Final Battle 2021. Of course, everyone knows what happened with Ring of Honor. They're virtually out of business right now. They do have an obligation to have this pay-per-view, so it's going to be maybe the final wrestling matches from Ring of Honor ever. This is, a huge company in the history of pro wrestling, but they never really, I think, reached the success that people hoped they would. They do have a building booked WrestleMania weekend, so we'll see what happens there. But we do have a card on our hands for this weekend, and I'm going to run down the card. I'm going to give you guys a full review of that next episode, but I'm going to give you a preview of that this episode. We have Chelsea Green and the Hex versus Miranda Elise and the Allure. Who gives a shit? I guess I'll go with Chelsea Green. We have Dragon Lee versus Ray Horace. That match should tear it up. Ever since I saw Dragon Lee at Triple Mania last weekend, I'm stoked on him, so I'll go with Dragon Lee, Homicide, Brody King, and Tony Deppen. What a fucking roster that is. I love that faction that Brody King put together the last year or so in Ring of Honor versus Tyler Rush, Tracy Williams, and Eli Awesome. Man, that's a hell of a six-man. All six of those guys have something to prove, you could say. But I think they're going to put over that faction strong, comparatively speaking to the makeshift team on the other side, Tyler Rust, Tracy Williams, and Eli Awesome. Good to see Tyler Rust picking up, his bags and finding work after getting released from NXT, though. Then we have a fight without honor, Shane Taylor versus Kenny King. I think you got to shine up Shane Taylor. He's the younger guy. Kenny King, he can go be a Chippendale dancer or go be on The Bachelorette or something. But Shane Taylor is a wrestler who needs that rub, so I'm going to go with Shane Taylor. Roxy versus Willow. I'm not a fan of Willow, I'll say that right now. I'll go with Roxy. ROH six-man tag team championship match. Shane Taylor Promotions versus The Righteous. I think put it on The Righteous. Shane Taylor Promotions, you already got Shane Taylor winning against Kenny King. So I think Shane Taylor Promotions can lose this one. And, I know that ROH really is pretty much its dying days, it seems like. But you still want to heat up that new faction in The Righteous. ROH TV Championship match, Dalton Castle versus Red Titus versus Silas Young versus Joe Hendry. I don't know. This might be a little sleeper of a match. Dalton Castle, no. Red Titus, no. Silas Young, I don't care, but I will go with the ROH staple, Rhett Titus, because why not? ROH Pure Championship match, Josh the Goods Woods versus Brian Johnson. Brian Johnson, he needs to get a job just being a manager on WWE or something. But I'm going to go with Josh the Goods Woods getting that Pure Championship, retaining the Pure Championship. ROH Tag Team Championship, the OGK versus the Briscoes. I think if you need the title on people that are synonymous with this title, if you put on the Briscoes, that's good. I think that's where it needs to be. In my opinion, the title really never leaves the Briscoes, if you know what I'm saying. They've been with Ring of Honor from the beginning. They're my favorite tag team in Ring of Honor. I think they're everyone's favorite tag team from Ring of Honor, and I think that they need the championship because they're going to go into Hammerstein Ballroom. They're going to defend the GCW championships, and then holding that title in front of those hot crowds is going to remind everyone the prestigiousness of the titles. But then we have the Ring of Honor World Championship match, Bandito versus Jonathan Gresham. Just like I said with the Briscoes, I think you need that championship on somebody who will be synonymous with the brand, especially when the brand is at where it is, and you need to put it on Jonathan Gresham. Bandito looks strong in Triple Mania. Jonathan Gresham, he is Ring of Honor, man. During that Pure Title tournament, he really showed out. And, pretty much the last few years, he's just been one of my favorite wrestlers, so I want to see him with the championship. I'm marking out right now. I just want to see one of my favorites with the championship. But last night, we did have an AEW Dynamite, and it was a great AEW Dynamite. In ring, it was a bit of a, it wasn't as good as usual, but on the mic, it was really good. MJF music hits in Long Island, comes out for that hometown boy reaction, but it's CM Punk. Holy shit, this is what I wanted. He says Chicago was so much louder, just kind of just ripping into the Islanders, ripping into just being from Long Island in general. People are booing. Some people were kind of like, what? Confused. They already had CM Punk shirts on. They didn't know what to do because here he is, their favorite, shitting on their hometown. So they had a lot to do and a lot to work on with giving MJF that babyface reaction, and I think CM Punk coming out and cutting this great heel promo. That's what we want out of CM Punk. We want these heel promos. The victory lap, like MJF, I kind of sided with MJF when he said that. I think that he was doing a bit of a victory lap, but since he's jumped on this program with MJF, the victory lap is done. He's in pro wrestling mode. I love that shit. I also love the hometown crowds in AEW. I mean, Britt Baker with Pittsburgh, I feel like they caught lightning in a bottle there, and now they're doing it, to some extent with CM Punk, now MJF. The Dark Order a little bit, they let you know when they're in your hometown. I mean, even Jon Moxley and Brian Pillman Jr. in Cincinnati. It just gives an extra, reason to care, and I think WWE is really dropping the ball on that as of late, and AEW is picking that ball right up. MJF has a good guy video package pulling in with a, in a Lambo or whatever the hell it was, saying that the only thing between good guys and bad guys is perspective. Kind of like how Flair was a face here in the Carolinas, but a heel everywhere else during that Mid-Atlantic title run. I thought that was awesome. And we're just getting a bit of that here with MJF. MJF, he comes out with his high school varsity jacket. People are going crazy. But, he reveals himself to be a shithead. He wins this battle royal for a third year in a row with Dante Martin. Ricky Starks is jumping Dante Martin from behind. MJF looks like he's about to go away, but then he turns around and helps Ricky Starks jump Dante Martin. That's when CM Punk comes out. MJF runs away like a pussy, and Ricky Starks gets hit with the GTS. Ricky Starks and CM Punk is a match that we didn't get during the Team Taz feud, and I thought that would have been a good kind of a refresher into the world of wrestling for CM Punk, but we didn't get it, but we did get a GTS on Dynamite. We also got Eddie Kingston and Ortiz brawling with 2.0 and Garcia backstage. The cameraman missed Jungle Boy's finish in this 8-man tag because they were so concerned with Kingston rushing to the back. We got an FTR promo that was good. We also got Sue and Trent coming back. You love seeing Sue. You definitely love seeing Trent. Trent with the buzz head, looking very Jon Moxley-like with the black vest, buzzed head. He was getting his Moxley on right there. Cody comes out, gets booed in Long Island. I can't believe that shit. I cannot believe after that table spot last week, Long Island's booing him. But he comes out, he challenges Guevara for the TNT Championship, and then he teases that he's going to go into the heel tunnel, but then he turns around and goes down the face tunnel. He still has these burns from last week on his arm, and the crowd is booing him. It's fucking ridiculous. It's crazy. I mean, I'm a Cody fan, neck tat and all. Britt attacking Riho after a banger of a match to set up probably another banger of a match. Sign me up. Hook about to debut on Rampage. I put out a poll. Who do you think is going to have the better in-ring debut? Is it going to be Bad Bunny or is it going to be Hook? And it seems like people are siding with Hook. I cannot wait for Rampage because I'm going to watch that shit. Deeb and Sheeta hype video. I'm hyped. Sign me up. That match is going to be good. Malachi Black misted Julia Hart. I wonder what we're going to do with that. Maybe we're going to get Griff Garrison versus Malachi Black in Greensboro. Greensboro would be his hometown. He did go to Guilford College. I'm going to be in attendance there that night, so that would be a great match to get because Griff Garrison, I know he's hidden in his tag team, but he can tear it up. I've seen him do it. Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson brawling to end the show. The setup for Winter is Coming. This is just overall a great episode of AEW Dynamite. In ring, though, you only got one really good standout match, and we're going to be talking about that because I'm going to be breaking down every single match from worst to first. 5 big matches, and the worst of them all, but it was still pretty good, was the 8-man tag match, Jurassic Express and the Varsity Blondes versus the Acclaimed and 2.0. Christian on the good guy side, Garcia on the bad guy side. Good for the Blondes here. It was cool to see them out here. And then not only did they get this, they got a promo too. Luchasaurus, hot tag, all hell breaks loose. Kingston comes out to attack Garcia. And that's when we kind of get a brawl. The camera missed Jungle Boy getting the victory. And I think that's kind of why I ranked it last. Number 4 out of 5 is the Battle Royal. It was a clusterfuck. It was a shit show. MJF coming out with that hometown reaction. We also had Dante Martin. We had Matt Hardy, Kaz, Big Shotty, Lee Johnson, Matt Sydal, Hobbs, Jay Lethal, Leo Rush, Lee Moriarty, just the who's who of AEW Dark. Moriarty and Sydal get eliminated quickly. Bunny slips Matt Hardy, the Brass Knucks. He eliminates Lethal. I wonder if we're going to get a Matt Hardy-Jay Lethal feud out of this. But then Hardy gets eliminated quickly after that. Wardlow and Hobbs square off. Hobbs gets eliminated. MJF eliminates Wardlow when Wardlow is eliminating Leo Rush and Lee Johnson at the same time. Kaz gets eliminated right after that. And then we kind of have it dwindle down to Dante, Starks, MJF. Dante throws out Starks. Dante versus MJF are the final 2 next week. We will see the match between Dante Martin and MJF. We already saw what happened. CM Punk is probably going to get involved. Is Dante Martin eliminating Ricky Starks? Ricky Starks is on Team Taz. Dante Martin apparently still on Team Taz. I don't know what we're going to do with that. I don't know where that's going. Is Dante Martin going to team with CM Punk? He already turned his back on Leo Rush. He already turned his back on Team Taz. I don't know if CM Punk wants someone like that on his side, but I think he came out, gave the GTS to Ricky Starks. We'll see where that goes and where that leads. Number 3 out of 5, Bryan Danielson versus John Silver. Believe it or not, Daniel Bryan right there in the middle spot. Johnny Hunky Chance fill the Long Island air. Bryan, talking shit about Long Island, yelling at the crowd. Silver just counters a flying knee with a big powerbomb spot I thought was good. Kick battle for the ages. You can hear it echo through the arena. German by Silver looked pretty good. 1-2, Bryan kicks out. Danielson raking the eyes and then landing a few elbows. Gotch-style pile driver like Minoru Suzuki. And then he just chokes him out. Silver taps out. And then he starts beating up John Silver. That's when Hangman Page comes out. I cannot wait for Winter is Coming. Sign me the fuck up. That match seems amazing. But number 2 out of 5 is the Young Bucks versus Rocky Romero and Chuck Taylor. The Young Bucks, when they do their interviews and their promos, they got like go away heat with me. I'm kind of tired of seeing it. But bell to bell, it's like the opposite of go away heat. I think this faction really misses Kenny Omega. Replacing Adam Cole with Kenny Omega just brings the whole thing down. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Adam Cole really doesn't look like Cutler and the Young Bucks are all coming out in pink, and then Adam Cole just comes out with the leather jacket. It's like he doesn't even fit with. He still looks like he's in Undisputed Era. But I digress with that. Bucks cutting the ring in half. Rocky in trouble. Chuck Taylor with a senton flip over the barricade. Bucks still gain control after that, super kicking everybody around. They kiss Adam Cole. They do that dumb little spot you can tell they think is more over than it is. Chuck Taylor takes it to both Bucks. Rocky Romero takes it to both Bucks. Cassidy and Cole get involved in the ring. Giant super kick party. Melter driver, 1, 2, 3. That match was amazing. It sits at number 2 because number 1 belongs to the ladies, Rio and Hayter. This match was awesome, mainly because of these big power moves that Hayter was doing to Rio. Backbreaker to Hayter. Rio with a 619 crossbody 1-2. Hayter kicks out. Rio dives on Hayter, but Hayter catches her midair. Kind of. It was a little sloppy. Dragon suplex by Rio 1-2. Hayter kicks out. Brainbuster by Hayter. Then another big power move 1-2. Rio says no. Code red from Rio 1-2. Hayter kicks out again. Double stomp 1-2. Hayter kicks out yet again. God damn, this match was awesome. Rebel tries to get involved. Hayter gets advantage on the top rope. Crucifix bomb by Rio on the top rope after Rebel tried to get involved and Hayter took advantage. Big running knee, 1, 2, 3. The former champion, the first champion, the inaugural AEW Women's Champion is heating up, going up against the current AEW Champion with Britt Baker. Britt Baker attacks Rio after the match. Holy hell. Great match. It should have been the main event, but I guess John Silver, the hometown boy, got his hometown love with the main event. I would have ended it with this, Rio versus Hayter. This is a little mini episode of Curtain Jerkin. I hope you guys like it. Fly high. I'm out.